We lost 250 pounds combined, and we ate these foods for optimal fat loss. We noticed that 96.9% of you guys are not subscribed, and 3.2% are. So to the 3.2% that are, we love you.
For the 96.9% of you who are unsubscribed, we would love it if you would join us in this very, very meaningful conversation. That is our mission and our life's work.
Mom, why are almonds so good for fat loss? You always say this, and I never understand why. You tell me it's subcutaneous fat, the white fat, and the brown fat, but I never understand it.
What I can tell you is that over the last 30 years, I've worked with a lot of women, and 98% of the women want to lose weight.
Okay.
And let's say they reach a plateau.
Yeah.
Oftentimes it's because they're in deprivation and they need to add things back, which is so counterintuitive. Mm-hmm. And almonds are a very unique nut. They have a very high level of vitamin E, which is great for your skin and your hair, your beauty, your organs. So it's a really beautiful food that can heal your body from the inside out. And it also is what's considered alkaline. There's no clinical research to back up the acid-alkaline conversation. When you're eating foods, I should say, that are more alkaline, your body is more peaceful. It has an easier way of balancing the different elements in the body. Your liver is happier. All the systems are just functioning more optimally. And in your blood, you have a different type of oxygen that's flowing. And so when you have a food like almonds, for example, when you, of course, you want to eat them in moderation. We make almond milk just about every 3 days in this household. And we do eat them. We snack on them. We season them. We dehydrate them. We make them into almond butter. We create cakes and candies and baked goods. And we dehydrate it for other things like breads. And I mean, it's just like it goes on and on and on. And so it does go into the body and help to remove weight. And that is something that I've just experienced over these years, working with hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of women when they've added almonds back in because they were like, oh, I gotta go into calorie deficit. It's really helped them to lose weight. We've seen results almost instantaneously.
Ooh, number 2 is cabbage. And I put this on the list because it's super cheap. It is super versatile and it's very filling. Like you slice cabbage in 4s, right?
Yeah, well, I quarter it because this is like, I have guests, I'm slammed, I have no time. So I took the whole head of cabbage and I went boom, boom. I put it in the pan. I shoved it in the oven. I put a cube of vegetable bouillon.
Oh my
and then like 2 hours later, everyone's like, oh, what smells so good? And it's like a meal. And I was like, oh, that was kind of a
And
mistake.
she serves it with like some quinoa, which she also threw into a thing with seasonings and just said bye. And then, you know, it's just like when you learn how to cook so well, you make fun stuff like that. And I just think cabbage is so filling. Like I literally will have like one of those little halves and I'm like full.
Yes.
Which is crazy.
Yes.
So
Fiber. It's fiber. So cabbage is cancer fighting. Cabbage is satiating because of the fiber content. The fiber also goes into the large intestine, your gut microbiome, and it resets it, which helps with fat loss. And it also helps to create that butyric acid, the short chain fatty acid in your gut microbiome. And it really does help you to lose weight. I think mostly because of the phytonutrients that are in it and the high fiber. So therefore, it helps to curb your appetite. But it's also, like you said, so inexpensive. And if you don't have a good grocery store close by, it's something you can buy and keep for a few weeks, and it'll usually stay pretty fresh in the fridge. You can get it year round, although in summer it's not as sweet as it will be in autumn and in winter. Another amazing food for fat loss are berries. Now, we don't usually think of fruit as a fat loss food, but I'm here to tell you that berries are just a miracle of a food. You can even buy berry seeds to put on your salads for a very deep phytonutrient boost of your food and antioxidant content. You know, it's such a great idea.
Does it spike your glucose?
They're one of the lowest glycemic...
Like the seeds, I mean.
No, absolutely not.
Wait, no way. So you're telling me I could get the same fiber from eating the seeds in a salad?
Similar fiber and even higher antioxidant boost, yeah. But the question is,
start doing that.
Well, with berry seeds, we have to ask ourselves the question, can we masticize them? Can we chew them?
Can we?
in a way that they're going to be able to get their nutrients liberated. Like chia seeds and berries both have these like really tiny seeds. So I would like to freshly grind them, like in a mortar and pestle.
And then sprinkle them on salad?
Yeah.
Can we try that?
Like a powder. Yeah, of course.
Mixed with nutritional yeast?
Oh, now she's thinking. And maybe some kelp or dulse.
Oh, my, we gotta make that mix. It's
That's
great
a powerhouse
video.
right there. Oh, girl. So berries are really delicious and they're very nutritious. We happen to be growing some on our property right now. We've got blueberries growing and strawberries growing because I believe so fully in their potentiality. Now, if you've ever grown berries, you know that you only get a couple at a time. It's not like you have a whole pint of strawberries that are ready to be harvested at the same time. And so to me, nature is always the greatest teacher. And so when I go out and I see there's maybe 6 or 8 berries that are ripe, I eat them. And I think that's how humans were meant to eat food in general. It's like, you get a little bit and then you eat it, then you get a little bit more, and then you eat it. It's like nature just provides so perfectly. So what I'm trying to say is that berries are not in season year round, but we wouldn't know that because you can get them at your grocery store year round. So I just want to recommend eating berries when they are in season. Eat them in moderation, enjoy them. We keep them in the freezer. If we want to have like an ice cream sorbet, we have like frozen raspberries and frozen strawberries. We make sea moss with strawberries. We really do include them in our lives because they're so packed full of antioxidants, and they're a great fat loss food because they keep you satiated because they're really high in fiber, high in antioxidants, and high in phytonutrients. So they're just a win all the way around, and we just love them. Although, Penelope doesn't eat them.
I don't eat them right now, but when I was on my weight loss journey, I ate lots of raspberries and blueberries and tons of strawberries.
You ate so many strawberries. I think you developed a strawberry allergy.
I think I did too. And when I was a little girl, I was allergic to strawberry shampoo.
I remember that.
That's just because of the chemicals, not because of the strawberries. Because there was no real strawberries in that chemical shampoo, let's be real. One of the last ones, pretty important, is protein. Now, me and Mom have a little bit of discrepancy here when it comes to our opinions about protein, but I think we can both say that we appreciate protein and its benefits, right?
Protein is an essential building block for life. It's required for all of our biomechanical processes in our bodies. Now, we are also protein manufacturing machines, and very few people, unless they're severely malnourished, have died from protein deficiency, which is always the argument, like, where are you gonna get your protein if you're vegetarian or vegan? It's like,
Is that how they sound?
Oh. Well, that's like the common thing. And it's like,
It's true.
Actually, there are things called essential amino acids and non-essential amino acids. And you need the essential amino acids because the non-essential ones we're making all the time. We are protein making machines.
And I think I'll just be the devil's advocate here. I feel like the argument for having like quality protein is like when people say about vegans and they're like, oh, they don't get their protein. It's like they get bad protein if they're eating Beyond Meat. So if you are vegan and you're watching this and you need protein, maybe don't go for the highly processed, homogenized, is that the right word?
Well, they're ultra processed, genetically modified, full of dangerous oils and salts and, ingredients that just aren't that good for you. So to definitely, you definitely get educated. If you're going to be a vegan, you can be very unhealthy, very, very unhealthy.
And if you're not a vegan, you can be really unhealthy too. So you have to get educated about what kinds of meat and vegan protein and where you're going to buy it.
And if you can afford it.
If you can afford it.
I mean, it's so expensive. If you really want to have high quality protein and you're going to choose to eat animal products, it is a budgeting issue because it is expensive, so expensive. You can also eat beans and rice. Like, that's not that expensive. So if you're on a budget, you want to get healthier, you want to have better, protein, you can also do that. There are a lot of different ways. Lentils, inexpensive, right? Super easy to get high quality protein in your life. Now, I think that we are not what we eat, but we are what we absorb. And so protein can be like a more dense molecule for our bodies to absorb. So I think we need to keep that in mind as we're thinking about protein. It is essential for weight loss. It's definitely been part of our journey in losing 250 pounds combined. Protein drinks in the afternoon. You don't do that anymore, but we did that for a long time. I still do that. And different ways to curb our appetite with hunger and really have it sustain ourselves. We also notice I wear a continuous blood glucose monitor from time to time, and I always notice that when I get a high quality protein in a meal, my blood sugar stays stable for longer, I'm fuller for longer, I eat less overall, and my body is just happier. And the more I age, the more important it is. So we can't say enough about that. I'd love to hear about your favorite foods for fat loss. Not weight loss, but fat loss. One of my other favorite foods is flax seeds. We haven't even got into that. So please comment below. I'd love to get into a conversation about this. So we would love it also if you would subscribe. We know over 90% of you haven't subscribed yet, so it would mean a lot to us. So don't forget to like and share, and we look forward to seeing you again. And please know that if you're interested in this and many, many, many other topics, we have a program for women. It's a group program where we hold you accountable, where we teach you skills that will literally save your life. And we would love to learn more about you. So click the link in the description, and we'll see you on the other side.